Hey everybody, amprepairguy.com, 203-892-4119. That's 203-892-4119. Okay, so we have an Ameritron Al811 here in for repair. This is a newer one, has the resistor here, the 200 ohm resistor. They added this to help increase the stability, but I've only seen problems with these burning up, and they end up requiring more drive. When I'm done with one, I always test it on all bands, works fine on 15 and 10. We can't remove it if it has it in here because the mica cap values, some of the mica cap values are different on one board versus an older board. The older ones don't have the string of diodes. See the diodes to set the static plate current. So the gain is a little bit higher in the tubes, which can cause instability issues. So whenever I have one without the diodes, I always add them, and I do the other stuff. Okay, so I have a new resistor here. I'm going to install it, make sure it's properly heat sunk to the chassis. I'm going to remove the metal oxide varistor off the rear board and the gas discharge tube off the rear board, and install the gas discharge tubes. So I'll add one per side of the parallel filaments. I'll install right down there. Also going to replace this braided material because it's really rigid. The solder got sucked up into the strap, makes it just really rigid. So I always swap those, and I'll put a longer screw in the base of the plate choke and also on the top of the plate choke. Tighten up on hardware and do everything else I normally do, and I'll show it working on one of the upper bands just to show you. So it also has a broken anode cap. I don't know how that happened, but I will take care of that also. Okay, so I'm going to get to work, and also needs new SO239s. I already started unsoldering them, but they have like no grip, so I always swap them out with brand new ones from Max Gain Systems. Now, if you watch my other videos, you'll see a lot of amps like SB220s that are older than me. The SO239s are still fine, but they just used cruddy connectors. So okay, so I'm going to get to work. I was looking around for a PL259, but as you can see, these just slip right in and out. There's no grip. I only do what's needed. I don't do extra stuff. I just do what's needed to get it fixed, and to increase any mods to increase the performance or longevity. Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna get to work. I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned. Okay, so the new resistor has been installed. I always put a light skim coat of thermal compound underneath it, just enough to cover the surface, just a thin layer. It's nice and tight, everything's soldered up nice. Here's the old one. Let's see, it was smoking away. Customer said he could smell it. Okay, so I'll put that to the side, and I'm gonna get to work. Back to work. See you guys soon. We're back with the completed Ameritron Al811. Okay, so customer wanted to see it working on 10 meters. Radio is set to roughly 90 watts. Bird 43, 1 kW slug. PP kit is on, going into a bird dummy load. All genuine bird stuff. So that's the problem with this resistor. End up having to drive it a lot harder. And then I see a lot of times where the ferrite permeability has changed. And if someone, especially if someone's doing a higher duty cycle mode, and they get it hot, and then ends up having to get swapped. So I'm going to go ahead, key the amp. Audio hello, tit 600 right there, 600, 600, 600. Audio hello, tit works as it should, 600, 600. The settings, audio hello. Put it on play current. Audio hello. Hello, 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 hello. Audio, hello, hello, hello. 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600. Okay, so all the other bands work. I'm gonna shut it down and let the high voltage bleed off. I'll unplug it, take the cover off, make sure there's no residual high voltage, and I'll show you everything I did. So stay tuned. See you guys soon. Please like, share, and subscribe.